Live from our studios, just steps from the fabulous Las Vegas Strip, it's the Business Lounge with your host, David Wright.
Hi, I'm your host, David Wright, and this is the Business Lounge, where we talk to real people about real business and real success. This is part 2 of our interview with Jerrie Merritt. We will be talking to Jerrie today about her role with the Urban Chamber. We'll talk about the mission and then what she sees the impact that the Chamber has here in the Las Vegas area. Jerrie, thank you for coming back on the show. I appreciate that. So talk to me about the mission of the Urban Chamber. A lot of people are probably familiar with the Chamber of Commerce, but I think you have a niche market that really talks to small businesses here in the Las Vegas area.
The mission of the Urban Chamber of Commerce is to foster business for preferably African American businesses, but not necessarily, for small businesses actually here in the community. We advocate on behalf of the businesses so that they can create commerce.
You used a word that said advocate.
Yes.
So what does that mean? What does an advocate for small business through the Urban Chamber look like? So what is that role of an advocate?
As a small business person, you're so busy building your business that you don't always have the chance to create the workshops that you may need, create or receive a lot of the information that you may need. Or on several occasions, we as the Urban Chamber will go to the city or to the county or even to the state and even advocate for you on the issues that will assist your business.
That's, I don't think many people really understood the role of the Chamber. So as I look at a small business and I want to join the Urban Chamber, do you have regular meetings? Do you offer education?
Yes. Well, there is a monthly luncheon on the 4th Friday of each month. Okay, and usually most small businesses start out by attending one of our lunches. We try to have speakers that will bring information to small business. I think only one time a year we may have our scholarship luncheon, and even then we're bringing education to usually the students of the small businesses then. We actually, I want to say own, but and pretty soon we will own the building at 1951 Stella Lake, where there is an incubator. And an incubator is there for small businesses that need to start up but need some place to start. So within that incubator, we have a success center. We like to call it our one-stop shop, where a small business can actually stop in and do something as simple as work on their business plan with SCORE. SCORE is part of our one-stop shop. They can take a workshop. They can learn more just about the business that they want to start. So there are many vehicles within the Urban Chamber to assist all small businesses.
What if I'm really not sure that small business is right for me? Can the Chamber help me in that decision-making process?
Yes. Yes. SCORE.
SCORE?
SCORE. We have as part of the Urban Chamber, which is so important because so often a small business person will come in and say, I think I want to do basket weaving, but is that really what they want to do? So they can actually sit down with a SCORE counselor, and that individual can walk them through the process of helping them to decide, is this the business they want to be in?
So you're really in partnership with SCORE, okay? And it sounds like SCORE does a lot of the groundwork. What are some of the other things that the Urban Chamber does to help small businesses in the community? And you as the community relations or community development manager for the bank, help me understand how those two fit together.
The way they fit together is that when I started with the community development and in the CRA area, the whole purpose of the bank actually being involved in the community through the CRA is to actually help small businesses, okay? To help small businesses develop themselves so that at some point they can not only be a good customer to the bank, but the CRA Act actually demands that this financial institution help these small businesses within the community. So actually within my role, it actually fits together very well, because not only am I there with support from the financial institution that I work for, but I have the ability to be able to put on workshops through the FDIC. We do Money Smart programs that will train small businesses on the things that they need to do, not only financial, but through marketing, through insurance, and through many of the other areas that it will take for a small business to be successful.
When I look at the urban chamber, what is the general perception in the community? And I'm not, maybe I am playing the devil's advocate here, but so much of the time there's a general consensus a lot of time that people get contracts or they get special treatment because they're a minority. How do you answer that question when you're approached by majority holders in businesses and they say, well, it's just a set aside, or it's just they're getting unfair break, especially after the downturn where everybody's really struggling for a smaller piece of the pie?
Well, I would say that is not the case. You know, I mean, I would say 20 or 25 years ago, when everything was about being a minority or being a female, that you had the ability to be able to get all of these things. That's not the case anymore. You as a small business have to have the same credentials as everyone else. As a matter of fact, the Urban Chamber just went through a scenario not too long ago where we had to actually go advocate, there's that word again, you know, on behalf of minority contractors, you know, here in the city. You know, and it became very plain and clear that yes, there are opportunities out there, but that the minority businesses have to be just as qualified as all the rest of the businesses and able to get the contracts.
So one of your goals then, if I'm hearing you, is to help prepare minority businesses to be true competitors in the marketplace. So if someone comes with the mindset, well, I'm in because, that's no longer the case.
No longer the case.
You're in because you do the job and you do the job well. So do you have like accounting classes or computer classes or marketing classes at the chamber?
Well, I wouldn't say classes, but we actually conduct workshops. And the good part is that these workshops are sponsored by our corporate partners, and we don't want to leave them out. Okay, because without the corporate partners that support the chamber, we would not have the ability to be able to put on the workshops in marketing and accounting and finance and many of the others that the small businesses need. Now there is one, we can call it training. There is a program called Next Level, which is actually 15 weeks that the chamber has been involved in on many occasions, where a small business for 15 weeks can actually attend this training where they will be able to learn about every single step of not only starting up a small business, but being successful after they're in business.
So if I look at the Urban Chamber today, and I look down the road in 3 years, it used to be 5 years, but let's say 3 years, where do you want to take, or where do you see the chamber moving to within the community at that point in time?
I would see 3 years from now that the Urban Chamber's membership will have grown from 400 to 1,000, because we are at a time where small businesses is the key to actually moving the state of Nevada forward. So through what we're able to do, advocating on behalf of the small businesses that we have now and the ones that are going to start up, we want to be able to make sure that commerce is actually first for them. Because anytime an individual goes into business, they usually just don't go there to hang out. You know, they expect to make money. And through the Urban Chamber, we feel that commerce should always be first with our businesses.
I know a lot of people, you brought up an interesting point, because during the downturn in business, a lot of people were expecting to go back to the workforce. What have you seen in regards to people transitioning from a workforce mentality, where I'm going to go work for a resort or a casino or a technology company here in Las Vegas, to running your own business? Have you seen a major change in people's attitudes towards that?
Yes, hugely. Through the program that I was speaking of earlier, Next Level, I had many opportunities to be in front of small businesses and hear business owners and hear them talk about why they were in small business, why they were in business in general. And most of them said that they would never go back to corporate America, and that having the opportunity to start their own business was how they would want to run their lives for a very long time.
Being a corporate kid myself, I grew up a long time ago in corporate America, so to speak. And once I hit that sense of freedom, and freedom in the sense to choose. I can choose not to go to work, which means I basically chose not to get paid today, but I can choose how my marketing is done. I can choose who my business partners are, and I can choose who I want to work with. So in working with other people, where have you seen the relationships grow? Because I know there has to be a lot of synergy or interdependence on people through the chamber in order to see that really blossom from that 400 to 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. So talk to me a little bit about the relationships that you've seen develop there at the chamber.
Well, I've seen huge relationships among small business owners, because I think a lot of them are finding out that they can't do it by themselves. When they were in corporate America, someone else was doing it for them. But once you become a small business, having relationships or actually networking with other businesses is huge. And that's another part that the Chamber do very well, is that we create networking opportunities for small businesses to be able to network with each other. We have coffee mixers. We have other general mixers where we invite our members to actually come in just basically so that they can network and do business with others. So relationship is huge in order to be successful as a small business person.
So you see the chamber not only as some blanket organization, but you really see it starting to develop and really grow as a community. As it grows as a community, I'm sure there are challenges that you've seen. What are some of the challenges of trying to get, I'll put it this way, 400 cats, because that's your membership, long-tailed cats in a room full of rockers. Entrepreneurs tend to be very independent in their attitudes. So how have you been able to corral this group of people moving in one direction?
Well, I think our biggest challenge is being able to meet everyone's needs, because all small businesses have some of the similar needs, but they also have different needs. When they come to the chamber, everyone wants something. And we also find out that if they quite often don't get what they need right away, they move on to do something else. So I would say it would be making sure that we have the workshops, that we have the training, that we have the mixers, that we have the education that a small business needs to be successful, and meeting all 400 of those needs, including our corporate partners at the same time.
Have you seen growth in your corporate participation? You talk about the corporate partners, and from most perspectives, people not knowing might assume that there aren't many corporate partners to be had here in the Las Vegas area. Talk to me about your corporate partners and how you go about interfacing with them.
Corporate partners are key to any chamber. And I am a member of many of the other chambers here in the city. But your corporate partners, they come to the table, of course, financially, because that's where your huge support comes from. But at the same time, your corporate partners want to be part of an organization like the chamber, because that's where their networking comes in also. They need to bring their product to the small businesses that need them. We also put on workshops quite often on how to do business with the city, how to do business with the casinos, how to do business with the utility companies. So those corporate partners are actually coming to us saying that your members are the ones that we serve and we need your help.
It's outstanding. So if I wanted to become a member of the Urban Chamber today, what's that process? Tell me the process that I have to go through to become a member.
Well, the first thing, you can go on to urbanchamber.org, and there is a member application there. You can fill it out and become a member online. There are different steps in being a member. You can be a corporate member, you can be a small business, you can be an individual, and you may also be a nonprofit. Or you can stop by 1951 Stella Lake and fill out a membership application, take a tour of our incubator, or better yet, if you are familiar with any board member on the Urban Chamber of Commerce, just ask and we'll be glad to help you.
Sounds like a plan. So it's time for a shameless plug.
Okay.
And the shameless plug is, do you have something that's coming up in the future that you'd like the audience to know about? Something coming up in July or August that's special to the Chamber?
Yes. The Chamber has its monthly luncheon every fourth Friday of each month. Not to be confused with the last Friday of each month. And this Friday, this month, our keynote speaker is the interim president of UNLV, Mr. Don Snyder. And for those of you that know Don, you know that he has been involved in finance and, of course, with the university and much of our community. So come out and actually hear Don speak to you not only as a small business or as a chamber member, but just as a guest at our luncheon.
Thank you very much. For more information, you can go to the website or just key in on Google Urban Chamber of Las Vegas to look for those events on a regular basis. From the Business Lounge, this is Dave Wright talking to real people about real business and real success. Until the next time, have a blessed week. Bye now.